A new tornado warning that just broke about a couple of minutes ago or so. This is just off to the southwest of Sioux Falls. So let's start by looking at a kind of broad look at First Alert Live Doppler radar. Here's that warning right now that's just been issued. This is until 7:15 tonight for parts of Hutchinson, McCook, Minnehaha, and Turner counties, kind of on the southwestern edge of Minnehaha County. We'll stop First Alert Live Doppler radar for a moment just to kind of zoom in on this cell right now. Again, this goes until 7:15, so we got about another 28 minutes left on that. Everything is moving off to the northeast, and it's moving fairly quickly. This storm has been moving at about 20 to 30 miles an hour. So places like Parker, start to think about getting to your safe place right about now as the storm continues to make its way northeast. Even places like Hartford, for example, western edge of Sioux Falls, start to kind of watch out for this because this is all moving off to the northeast. So let's take a look now, a bit of a closer look at that rotation and why this was issued. Again, this is mainly for Doppler radar indicated so far, but right here, as I get my, there we go, there's the pointer tool. This is what we look for when we look at rotation on radar. This is the velocity scan. Red typically means it's going away from the radar. Green means it's going toward the radar. So right in this area right here, that is where that tornado would be found should there be one on the ground. Again, this is Doppler radar indicated right now. This is northeast of the Freeman area, so you're not technically in this particular tornado warning. But again, this is just really kind of developed over about the last 10 minutes or so as this is making its way off to the north. I'm going to backtrack just a few minutes on this velocity scan just to give you kind of an indication on how quickly this storm has started to rotate. And it actually did kind of try to start right over the Freeman area, but again, over the last few minutes or so, the storm has started to really rotate as it's making its way off to the north and east. So let's go back to First Alert Live Doppler radar. Again, this is now making its way northeast. This is that tornado warning. This goes until 7:15 for parts of Hutchinson, McCook, Minnehaha, and Turner counties. This is not technically in the western edge of Sioux Falls right now, but unfortunately everything is moving due northeast. So we got to start to kind of watch this as it tries to make its way at least on the northern and western edges of Sioux Falls. A little bit further south, just kind of want to pinpoint this for a moment. We are still looking at those other storms that are in northeastern Nebraska. Everything is moving off to the north right now. Those have already had a history of producing not only tornadoes, but also damaging wind gusts and large hail. We'll go back now to the tornado warning again. This is just off to the southwest of Sioux Falls. Everything moving through very, very quickly. I want to stress that. This is not a slow-moving storm system by any means. So east of Freeman now, that's where that rotation is. We'll get back to the velocity scan and show you where that would be at should there be a tornado on the ground. We'll zoom in a little bit closer here as we get that pointer tool back out. This is just off to the southwest of Monroe. Again, everything moving northeast fairly fast. So start to think about if you're in that tornado warning, getting to your safe place. Not an ideal time to be out trying to take pictures of this right now, especially now that the sun will be setting a little bit earlier on in the evening. For now, we're going to send it back to regularly scheduled programming, and we will continue with our 6:30 newscast on KDLT.